Let's talk about love.
Cooks.
Together, they engage in a range of activities which may seem simple, but have the potential to give Sophonia the head start she needs. In terms of this program, yes, it's going on in some islands across the Caribbean, but on the wider level, clearly, how important is that whole issue of the early childhood development?
The Wake Up Bahamas show is back with more excitement from the Family Islands. We brought you Exuma with all of its beauty and amazing experiences. Now, Wake Up Bahamas is taking you to the Big Yard. Join us live from North Andros, June 27 through 29, as we bring you the best the Big Yard has to offer. From crabs to bonefish, ecotourism to agriculture, bush medicine to blue holes, and a whole lot more. Don't miss the Wake Up Bahamas show, June 27 through 29, live at 7 a.m. right here on the ZNS Network. You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up first at 6, law reform and job creation were among the topics debated in the upper chamber of Parliament this morning. Phase 2 of the Trade Winds 2018 exercise ended today. And a new RBC Client Advice Center opens.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Significant law reforms are on the horizon in the areas of immigration and election practices. Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. Attorney General Senator the Honorable Carl Bethel, in his budget contribution in the Senate today, said the new law reform commissioner and former president of the Court of Appeal, Dame Anita Allen, is already at work. He says the changes will include various aspects of the law.
I got a thorough review of certain proposed amendments to our immigration laws, and I am confident that over the coming years, Bahamians everywhere will benefit from her wealth of judicial knowledge and experience as she moves to address critical areas such as the reform of our electoral laws, land reform, reform of our Companies Act, which is desperately in need of it, reform of our entire Immigration Act, inclusive of those areas where we seek to provide a legal remedy for those who illegally land in the Bahamas but don't actually set foot in the Bahamas, who are apprehended at sea.
Despite the economic challenges over in Grand Bahama, the job climate on that island has reportedly taken an upward trend. Labor Minister Senator the Honorable Dion Folks telling senators today that there is a breakthrough in the employment numbers, although the island is still struggling.
The F&M government acknowledged that, and we recognize that. We are working tirelessly, all of us, the whole cabinet, and our respective ministries, to get Grand Bahama back how it used to be. We want to put the magic back in Freeport and in Grand Bahama. We think that we will do it, Madam President, and the evidence is bearing this out. For the first time in a long time, the last employment statistics showed that there was a decrease of unemployment on the island of Grand Bahama for the first time in many years.
Meanwhile, opposition Senator Dr. Michael Darville remains concerned about Grand Bahamas' economy as an increase in VAT is set to unfold.
Perhaps the most disturbing issue in the budget is the proposed 60% increase in value-added tax from 7.5% to 12%, which will place a massive burden on the poor, the middle class, and by extension, our local economy at this time. This is unacceptable, Madam President. And what is ironic about the whole thing is the self-proclaimed People's Time government refuses to listen to the cries of the people who have clearly and openly articulated their displeasure with the proposed 60% increase in value-added tax.
Residents of the Freetown constituency were the latest group of Bahamians to be educated on the 2018-2019 national budget. Residents also got an opportunity to receive more information about the proposed 12% hike in value-added tax and how it will affect them come July 1st. Among the presenters was Financial Secretary Marlon Johnson.
Well, certainly people want to know the rationale for the increase in taxes. They want to know why the VAT tax has to go up, why there's additional gaming taxes. Folks want to get understanding of the concessions. If I want to apply for, the duty-free concession on clothes or apparel, what's that about? What the BTVI free education is about, and there's a better understanding as to why we're here as a country and what the government plans are to address it. So that's really it's been some really good questions, some good feedback, and I think people leave with a better understanding of the sort of the context in which the budget happened.
And still to come, a lending institution is improving its service to clients. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, first at 6, your news leader.
Together, we laugh more, we discover more, we dream more. Together, we connect more, we cheer more. Grab life by the bundle and fuel your passion for your favorite things. Enhance your entertainment experience with Flow Evo, internet and home phone in one simple package. The hotter the bundle, the more you get. Grab life by the bundle with BTC.
Are your monthly bills coming in on top of your holiday bills? It's time for a change. Bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. Move your high-rate loans and credit card balances from other banks to a low-rate consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank. Less stress, less to pay, each and every month. Plus, the chance to win $5,000. So make a change. Get a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank and pay less.
Every day at KFC, our cooks begin with the freshest pieces of chicken, hand breading and seasoning before cooking to golden perfection, making chicken that's hot, fresh, and ready for you to grab and head to your favorite spot for a meal with friends and family. The secret to preparing the world's juiciest, tastiest chicken, bundled with a variety of delicious sides, is real cooks who love what they do. Taste the KFC difference. Fresh prepared, in-store daily. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
A big day for the country in the NBA as Bahamian DeAndre Ayton is expected to be the top pick from the Phoenix Suns. Our Charles Fisher is in New York for the big pick.
Well, good evening, LaDawn, and good evening, Bahamas. Over 1,000 media have been credentialed for this year's 2018 NBA draft here from the Brooklyn Barclays Center. ZNS Told Sports is fortunate to be one of them and will be fortunate tonight when DeAndre Ayton is expected to be picked #1 by the Phoenix Suns. Now the 7'1", 250-pounder just finished 1 year at Arizona where he was named the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year and also the Player of the Year. That has not been done in quite some time. And he's also looking to become the first Bahamian and foreign-born player since Michael Thompson back in 1978 to be selected first in the draft. He'll also be the first Arizona player to be selected first in the draft. Now this place is expected to be very wild and crazy later on because hundreds of Bahamians are expected here with their colors and their flags, and we'll definitely be seeing them because you know Bahamians, they can make a lot of noise. So at about 7:15, 7:10 and that whereabouts, that is when Commissioner Adam Silver is expected to take the stage and make the announcement with the first pick in this year's draft. Phoenix has the first pick. Now last night he was introduced to Puma, the Puma executives, and they introduced his new signature shoes. It is orange and purple. It'll be nice for the Bahamian folks to try out and get some of those shoes when they are issued on the market. But it's all about tonight. History will be made. DeAndre Ayton becoming the first Bahamian to be picked #1 since Michael Thompson back in 1978. And ZNS Told Sports hoping to be live in the 7 o'clock newscast when that pick is announced and have some interaction with DeAndre, the first station, to give it back to the 242.
TradeWinds 2018 military drill ended today. It was all about strengthening regional cooperation to address transnational threats. Jiminita Swain reports.
Proud would be the best way to describe the look of participants of the TradeWinds 2018 exercise that concluded at the Coral Harbor base of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Thursday. The Royal Bahamas Defense Force Band led the march on of participants who all stood tall and collaborated with their local, regional, and international counterparts to strengthen tactical efforts to take on transnational crime. Commander of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, Captain Tellis Bethel, had high praise for the assistance from partners to facilitate the most recent drill exercise Wednesday at the South Beach pools, which saw the capture of terrorists at the southern shores.
I am now a firm believer in the power of multinational task force, and here's why. I realized that when the terrorists heard so many foreign voices, along with a variety of Caribbean accents, they thought the whole world had descended upon them. What I liked about the counterterrorist scenario yesterday, Assistant Commissioner Strawn, was how the military came with brute force and cleared the way for the police to finish off the bad guys. This was a practical demonstration of how security forces can and should work together.
United States Southern Command Major General Robert Branyan spoke to the uniqueness of the TradeWinds exercise, while the National Security Minister, the Honorable Marvin Dames, addressed the next phase.
It showcases the increasing security capacity of our regional partnerships to confront shared challenges like transnational criminal networks. TradeWinds is also special because it brings together regional experts in disaster management to test and improve our national and regional response mechanism.
The exercise achieved its objectives, and that lessons learned will be borne out during Phase 3 of Exercise TradeWinds, when an after-action report will be presented and discussed.
Participants also had an opportunity to participate in a community outreach project at the Bahamas Association of the Physically Disabled. Counterparts also exchanged tokens to mark the interaction. We'll have more coming up in the Bahamas tonight. Jiminita Swain, ZNS Network News.
The Royal Bank of Canada now has a new client advice center catering to the needs of its local customers and those in the Northern Caribbean region. The call center will assist customers with a wide range of banking services. We talked to bank officials on the new facility.
What's neat about this call center is it is actually the first to use our newest telephony technology, which allows for routing between centers. This center will also take calls from other countries in the Caribbean because of its ability to have calls rerouted from anywhere. And so, based on a team's performance, that's actually where we'll make future investments.
I'm particularly pleased with the quickness in answering the telephone. The wait time is shorter. Our clients had been complaining to us about difficulty in reaching the branches and us answering the telephones. This solves that problem.
Stay close. Sports is up next. You're watching the news leader first at 6.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
What's better than a cheesy, hot, delicious one-topping Pizza Hut pizza? 2 cheesy, hot, delicious one-topping Pizza Hut pizzas. That's what! Now get 2 large one-topping pizzas for only $20 VAT included at Pizza Hut Saunders Beach or Prince Charles Drive. Call 603-3333 or visit pizzahutnassau.com. Pizza Hut, for the love of pizza.
carpet tiles, ceramic tiles, floor mats, even vinyl flooring. Find them all at Wright's Carpet Masters located on Bernard Road. Let them cater to your home or your office needs, and you can choose from a variety of carpets, floor mats, cashmere, oriental rugs, and area rugs. And if you can't come to us, we will bring the business to you, offering free estimates and deliveries to the Family Islands. Wright's Carpet Masters will get it right for you. Located on Bernard Road, telephone number 364-1260.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evo.
Red cheese, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are,
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
there's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evo.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light, 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
Food. It is as essential as air is to breathe and water is to drink. Food is life. But where does our food come from? The Bahamas has more than 2,000 farmers, but it's hardly enough to keep up with our growing population. Or is it? We traveled the nation to find out the answers to the questions everyone is asking. Can we feed ourselves?
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. We're just moments away from the 2018 NBA Draft at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Bahamian DeAndre Ayton expected to be taken with the #1 overall pick by the Phoenix Suns. That's some 40 years after the last Bahamian, Michael Sweetbells Thompson, went #1 in 1978. Our Charles Fisher joins us from the Big Apple ahead of the historic occasion.
Yes, good evening, Johnny. Good evening, Bahamas. ZNS Total Sports live and present here at the Barclays Center. In another 45 minutes or so, we'll know exactly where DeAndre Ayton will end up. But there's no speculation because the Phoenix Suns has already said that they will take the 7'1", 250-pounder out of Arizona with the #1 pick. Yesterday, at yesterday's press conference, he said that he's not changing his game for the NBA. He's put on 25 pounds in his lone year at Arizona. NBA, a different ball game.
I'm still an inside-out type of player. I'm going to start inside, establish myself down low until I have to stretch the floor.
And he is already having visions of teaming with Phoenix guard Devin Booker.
The two-man game is really lethal in the NBA today, and the spacing on the floor. So, having a drag pick and roll in transition and having that pick and roll so early in the game is just really crazy because I can pick and pop, and Devin's a threat coming off the pick and roll, so it's going to be pretty hard to guard.
What have you added to your game since the end of the NCAA tournament?
Most definitely added, more of the three ball, NBA three ball. It's way further than the college three ball, so really putting on some range and putting on some muscle and really, when I'm fatiguing games, I really could get my shot up in a perfect arc.
And yes, there's a possibility of him being a part of the Bahamian national team.
Of course, you want to give back. So, until we find the right team and the right people, I'm with it. I'm all the way.
And yes, Johnny, this place is expected to be full tonight, not only with those supporting various teams, but with Bahamians. They're going to bring out all their colors, as lots of Bahamians did travel here from the 242. We have lots of Bahamians living here in New York coming on to cheer DeAndre Ayton like they did in 2016 with Buddy Hield. And we're also hoping that later on this evening we'll be hearing the name of Dwight Colby called somewhere in the second round. Once again, tune in again at about 7:30, 7:45. We'll be live and letting you know just exactly where DeAndre Ayton ended up and have an interview with him coming up later on in the newscast.
I'm sure everybody will stay tuned. Well, Team Bahamas suffering a 56-41 loss to the unbeaten Dominican Republic in the semifinals of the FIBA Women's Caribbean Cup last night in Suriname. Point guard Valerie Nesbitt, the team's leading scorer in the tournament. She led the attack once again, 18 points in 37 minutes on court. Forward Shalonda Neely, the only other Bahamian in double figures. She had 12 points and 17 rebounds. With the loss, the Bahamas out of a chance to qualify and move on, but they are on court at this hour playing for the bronze medal against Barbados. From the minor league baseball diamond last night, Anthony Seymour 1 for 4 in RBI as Jupiter shut out Florida 2-0. Rashad Monroe went 1 for 3 as Billings lost 3-2 to Great Falls. In the Gulf Coast League, Chavez Fernandez picked up his first win of the season, pitching 4 innings, giving up just 1 hit with 4 strikeouts. The Tigers shut out the Pirates 8-0. Fellow Bahamians Kyle Alcim and Kyle Simmons, they were 2 of the casualties, with Alcim striking out twice and Simmons once. Meantime, in the Dominican League, Courtney Smith was 0 for 3 with a run scored. The Rangers won 8-2 over the Brewers. 3 members of the National Olympiad team have traveled to Jamaica to compete for the Bahamas at the 2018 Subzonal Chess Championships. FIDE Master Cecil Monker, Women's Candidate Master Paulina Carolina, and the official Bahamian delegate Chappelle Williams are representatives for the 242. All 3 are well-seasoned tournament players who have been attending online training seminars from some of the world's top trainers. Monker is the highest internationally titled player in the history of the Bahamas, while Carolina is the highest ranked female in the country, and all 3 will be competing at the 43rd World Chess Olympiad in September. 95 of the region's top players from 8 countries will be competing at this event. The 9-round tournament will span 5 days, a time control of 90 minutes plus 30-second increments, which is typical for a tournament of this magnitude. Now, this tournament provides good practice for the upcoming Olympiad, as well as offering an opportunity for players to earn highly sought-after titles from the World Chess Federation. A number of the country's top swimmers were back in the pool last week for the Bahamas Aquatics Federation's Nationals. Among them was Verens Burrows.
It's always fun to come back to this meet and see what the younger kids are doing, and I know a lot of them look up to the senior swimmers, so it's always fun for me to come back and try to answer questions and be as helpful as I can to some of the younger swimmers.
And that is your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. First at 6 is back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st through November 30th, when a hurricane alert is issued for your area, which indicates the possibility that you could experience hurricane conditions within 60 hours. You should begin the initial stages of preparation for the storm. When the storm is 48 hours away, a hurricane watch is issued. Once a watch is issued, be sure to get updates from the Met Office via television and radio. Get your battery-powered radio ready. Keep your emergency supply kit, blankets, and sleeping bags handy, and your children and pets indoors. Be sure you have extra cash and that your car has a full tank of gas. Fill all prescriptions. A hurricane warning means that a storm with winds of 74 miles per hour or more is 36 hours away. At this point, secure all windows with shutters and plywood. Place your valuables and records in waterproof containers and store them on the highest floor of your home or in the safest area. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency. What you see and hear on this television station is governed by IRCA's Code of Practice for Content Regulation. The Code of Practice covers matters relating to program content that are of concern to the community, such as local content, news, current affairs, programs for children, advertising, including political advertisements, and the responsibilities associated with broadcasting in the Bahamas. The Code also covers aspects such as access services for the hearing and visually impaired, and the procedure for lodging a complaint about anything broadcast by this station. The Code is available on the IRCA website at www.ircabahamas.bs. To receive a copy of the Code by mail or in person, you may telephone IRCA at 242-393-0234. Family Island dialing is toll-free at 1-242-300-8722. Or you may send a request by email to info@ircabahamas.bs.
Everybody, are you on TV? Look, are you on TV? Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartender, do you see me? Are you on television? I gotta tell my girlfriend I'm on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS. Quick, are you on television?
I don't have a TV in here.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone. You just have to download the app.
All right, hold on.
Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up before it's over again.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Miss, I just stand now. I still gotta pay?
We are their mentor. And when we live long enough to see them succeed, then we know that we have done a great thing. Because that's what we're here for.
Once we get to the kids and we can get Jesus in their heart, then if only we affect one child, that child goes to school in the neighborhood where they might have at least 30 children in the class, and time they spread that good joy, that would be tremendous.
In regional news this Thursday, United States oil giant ExxonMobil has announced that it struck oil offshore Guyana yet again, this time at the Longtail-1 exploration well. This represents 8 out of 10 successful exploratory wells for the Houston-based oil giant in an industry with an average success rate of 20 to 25%. Less than a year after setting up shop in Barbados, telecommunications company Ozone Wireless is facing a possible takeover by its competitor, Flow. Online newspaper Barbados Today said it had been reliably informed that the two sides have been engaged in negotiations. And the United States Virgin Islands Governor Kenneth Mapp met with Federal Emergency Management Agency leadership on Tuesday to discuss advancing the rebuild and repair of USVI schools, hospitals, and public housing, and to share his concerns about protecting residents in the event of a major storm this season. Mapp explained to FEMA administrator that most of the territory's campuses were too damaged to be utilized this hurricane season. And that's regional news tonight.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, the tropics remain quiet. However, on the home front, that mid to upper level trough continues to generate pockets of showers and thunderstorms over parts of the northwest Bahamas, and that will continue into tomorrow. Outside of our studios, we have some recent thunderstorms. Temperature 84 degrees. This went up to 86 degrees. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 5 miles per hour. Your barometric pressure 1,014.6 millibars. That's 29.94 inches, and it is falling. That's going to do it for your first look at weather at 6. Stay tuned. More weather is still to come.
Basil, and that's a look at the Bahamas tonight, first at 6. But don't you move. News from the north is up next.
changes in the GB Health Services, and the blockchain cryptocurrency conference to wrap up tomorrow.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news this evening, Grand Bahamas tourism sector getting a big boost this summer as a new Boeing 787 will be making direct weekly flights to the island from Milan, Italy. This service is expected to provide an appreciable increase in the number of stopover visitors and provide a much-needed economic injection. The red carpet was rolled out this afternoon for passengers' arrival on the inaugural flight. Alpitour World's newest flight, the Dreamliner 787, making its first official landing on Grand Bahama. The Boeing 787 providing direct flights from Milan, Italy every Thursday throughout the summer months. Deputy Director General of the Ministry of Tourism, Tommy Thompson, says that this flight is a welcomed addition to the island.
They have actually extended their program into Grand Bahama this summer, so we have an extra 3 rotations. And we've had words with them, and the program is doing extremely well. So we're very, very happy about that. We have approximately 120 passengers on each flight, and like I said, it began in May and it'll end in the first week in September. So, you know, that's quite a nice injection. And the good thing about the Italians is they like to explore, so they're not going to stay at the club. They're going to go on the tours and move around the island, and give some well-needed financial input into the island.
Director of Tourism on Grand Bahama, Karen Seymour, adding that the weekly service will run until the 6th of September.
This is around the 5th summer that this program has run from Italy with the Alpitour tour operator. They are a Milan-based tour operator, and it is the only European service that's coming into Grand Bahama, direct, non-stop from mainland Europe. So it is a significant service that we really value.
Now, while the country boasts of increased tourism numbers throughout the chain of islands, the Deputy Director General notes that this island, however, continues to struggle.
The rest of the Bahamas is doing actually very well. Numbers are up in Nassau, Paradise Island, and the Family Islands, but we continue to struggle with Grand Bahama, and we will until we get the Lucaya property up and running, and hopefully that's going to come rather soon. But in the meantime, we're making sure that we're working with our partners in Italy, with Alpitour, and also with Sunwing and Vacation Express, to make sure that there's business coming into the island.
He adds that tourism is still everybody's business and that Bahamians must do their part to create repeat visitors.
We know that VAT's going to be going up to 12%. So we've got to make sure in the Bahamas we get an exceptional service so that people are getting value for money. So, people don't mind paying, but they got to make sure that they're going to enjoy themselves and that they're getting value for money. So Bahamians, come on. It's everybody's business. Let's make sure that it'll be the #1 destination in the Caribbean.
Today's visitors were treated to the iconic Gumbe soda by tourism officials before being bused to their hotels and scheduled activities. And now to the industrial sector. The Minister of Labor, Dion Fowkes, announcing in the Senate today that the government will have an amended heads of agreement for the controversial Oban Energies deal in a matter of weeks. Fowkes, who co-chairs the Cabinet Subcommittee and Technical Advisory Group charged with examining the Oban deal, said that the agreement will be more palatable for the Bahamian people and residents of East End in particular, as it will set out better environmental terms and protections. According to Fowkes, some of the restrictive legal positions in the current agreement will be revised. The government signed the $5.5 billion agreement with Oban Energies back in February for the oil refinery and storage facility for East Grand Bahama. In March, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis admitted that his government made a series of missteps regarding its deal with Oban Energies in its haste to jumpstart the Grand Bahama economy. The 3-day blockchain and cryptocurrency conference continuing at the Grand Lucayan Resort. The conference is geared towards educating the public on the new technology that is considered to be one of the fastest growing sectors. Today's session featured an international speaker who says this new technology is the future. Italia Hall has the details.
Local and international speakers who focus on the development of blockchain and cryptocurrency around the world. Senior Advisor for Digital Currency Initiatives at MIT Media Lab and Chairman of the Advisory Board for CoinDesk, Michael Casey, giving the keynote address. He says this new technology is a big paradigm shift as to how records are managed.
Decentralized system using some fancy cryptography and a whole lot of other complicated mechanisms by which sets of different actors from different communities who may or may not trust each other can keep a common record of their exchanges, of their transactions, right? And with that as a base, the idea is that we can remove a lot of the costs, the intermediation costs of banks, of other institutions that sit in the middle of our transactions.
And when it comes to record keeping, he says there is a lot of history.
Over 7,000 years, we've been keeping records as a society. In fact, civilization is built upon the need to keep records, to have an accounting of all of our exchanges, and how through history that was done through centralized systems, and we had to trust ledger keepers, and our entire system of managing information has been built upon that. So now we have a decentralized mechanism for managing that very, very important process of record keeping. I'm just going to point out that that's a big shift, right? 7,000 years in the making, a new model. That's one of the reasons why people are so sort of excited, but also a bit bewildered by all of this.
Casey says Bahamians must educate themselves about the new system.
I think that there also needs to be an openness to new businesses, to sort of kind of treat the approach to innovation and new business ideas from a very different structure.
The three-day conference will come to a close on Friday with a closing reception at the Port Lakaya Marketplace. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority preparing to host the 4th Small Business Fair and Expo next week. The one-day fair and expo is expected to include 4 dynamic presentations. Chief Financial Officer Deanne Seymour and Business Service Manager of the Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau, LaShawn Dame, says there will be local and international speakers, and this is an event that all business owners want to be a part of.
This year's event will host executives from GE, that is General Electric, Storefront, VKR Insights, and Trainatainment, exposing SMEs and aspiring entrepreneurs to global industry trends, progressive business models, and innovative ideas, all focused on cultivating continued diversity, sustainability, and growth within Freeport's economy.
The feature highlight of this event is going to be the e-commerce side, which we've been pushing for years, where you're going to be able to engage with businesses and consumers in a totally digital environment.
There are a number of partners involved this year. Barry Malcolm of Suncash, Principal of VKR Insights, Valdez Russell, and Marketing Representative for AML Foods, Denisha Clark, say they are pleased to be on board.
Our company has been in operation for several years now. Very quietly, we've been building a payments platform that covers the entire Bahamas. If you want to do anything with money, whether it's send money, pay a bill, receive money, do a merchant transfer or merchant transaction, our platform, our Suncash platform, is a B-dollar platform designed to do just that.
At VKR Insights, our commitment is to empower Bahamian entrepreneurs and businesses to realize their full potential, and our commitment is to ensure that through our interactive and dynamic presentations, we have the opportunity to highlight what is innovative, exciting, and trending around the world that we can also employ here at home.
What we'll be doing at the Small Business Expo is presenting our customers about the membership program we have, where we partner with small businesses throughout Grand Bahama who join partnership with CourseRight, and they give discounts to our customers once they have their membership cards.
The Fair and Expo will be held on Thursday, June 28th at the Pelican Bay Resort beginning at 10 a.m. The day will climax with a networking mix and mingle happy hour at 6 p.m. And now to news from the health sector. The Grand Bahama Health Service is relocating some of their clinics to a nearby building. This move is expected to help provide improved services to the general public. General practice clinics and family medicine practices, which were normally conducted at the Rands Memorial Hospital, have now been relocated a short distance away to the former IAT building, which is just adjacent to the Rand. Administrator Sharon Williams says the move was inspired by a number of reasons.
One of those is the expanding crowd on our emergency services as we have discussed over the number of years, and finding a way to alleviate that crowd for the purpose of ensuring a more effective care for our emergency clients, and in addition, our outpatient clients, to make sure we decrease the wait time for services at our accident and emergency room.
Now that these clinics have been moved out of the hospital, Williams said they will now have more space to accommodate more beds. Dr. Tiadra Dorset Johnson says the new building will house specialty clinics as well as cater to general health care matters.
You can get your physical, like a checkup, pap smear is included. Persons may need physicals for school, so you may get the immunization updated as well. Any health issues you may have that's long-standing, ongoing, you want to check on that, you may also come. We invite persons to walk in, however, you may also make an appointment, similarly, so that you can reduce your wait time.
The new location has only been open for just over a week, and Principal Nursing Officer Sherilyn Bain says they will gradually add more services as time progresses.
In the next week or so, some other services will be coming over. These services are currently held at the outpatients department at the Rand. We're looking at our child health immunization clinic, and also our chronic non-communicable disease clinic will be coming over as well.
Williams adds that patients have already begun expressing their satisfaction with the new location.
Our first week would have went smoothly, and that is thanks to the hard-working team that managed this relocation. Our Senior Assistant Hospital Administrator, Ms. Sharonette Novel-Smith, and the clinical team and the support care team would have ensured that the move for the clients and the healthcare team was seamless.
Megan Shepard, SEDANET. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
It's time to come on down. Now to the plant nursery at Dolly Madison. They're loaded with indoor and outdoor plants, fruit trees, landscaping plants, flowering plants, herbs, and more at the plant nursery at Dolly Madison. And if you need advice, the friendly, courteous staff at Dolly Madison is there to assist. And don't forget to pick up your soil, fertilizers, and other accessories. Don't wait. Come on down. Now.
Be a part of the Down Home experience at Southfest on Saturday, July 7th from 3 p.m. until at St. Vincent de Paul School Grounds in Hunters.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Steppin' Out. Satisfy your style habits with shoes for every occasion. Steppin' Out, when you want to put your best foot forward.
Stay informed on your local weather forecast this 2018 hurricane season. Your #1 news station, the ZNS Television Network. We've got you covered. covering the Northern Bahamas. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. It is a self-development program that equips young people with the skills needed to make a positive difference in their communities and in the world. Those involved here on Grand Bahama were awarded for their commitment to the program over the past several months. Students from various high schools awarded for their accomplishments in the Governor General Youth Awards program. Chairman Archdeacon James Palacios encouraging the participants to continue to strive and work hard for their goals.
All right, if you take up a dictionary, which one comes first? Huh? Success. Don't play crazy on me now. All right? Success. All right, if you remember nothing I say, just remember this. Success comes before work only in the dictionary.
Carla Brown Roker of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture congratulating the group for their successful completion of various tiers of the program. She notes that GGYA is one of the most successful youth development programs in the country and is even recognized internationally.
GGYA can boast of having over 10,000 members that have passed through this program in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. That says a lot. You and I both know it's not easy to entertain young people. They get bored really fast. In fact, they give you about a minute, and then they decide whether they want to give you their full attention or not. So from time to time, you have to ensure that you are keeping their attention by remaining real and relevant.
The moderator also commending the students after spending months in the program, developing life skills, participating in community projects, and enduring hikes.
But these young persons, the bronze persons, they've done 3 months of service, community service, 3 months of skill. They had to continue with one skill to show consistency for 3 months. And they also had to do some form of physical recreation for 3 months. That's the bronze. One of those things, then they had to continue for another 3 months, so they did 6 months overall. The silver persons have had to do those same 3 things, but for 6 months. So they've worked hard. And then the best part of all was the expedition. That's the part that everybody likes, going out on the hikes.
Students were presented awards for the bronze and silver levels and were further encouraged to proceed in earning their gold merit badge. Megan Shep. The Bahamas Dance Theater gearing up to host their annual dance recital. This year, there will be ballet, tap, jazz, hip-hop, and a number of other performances. Junior dancer Renisha Thompson and Corey Higgs say it's important for the entire Grand Bahama community to come out and support the event.
Ballet is important because it is a foundation for the genres of dance such as hip-hop, jazz, etc. And it also teaches you technique, poise, and grace.
Now you have 2 opportunities to see the show. The first on Saturday, June 23rd at 7 p.m. and the second on Sunday, June 24th at 5 at the Regency Theater.
A lot of emotions because our theme is Can't Stop This Feeling. The feedback from the community has been great. For the past 22 years, our shows have been sold out. Every show is really different, so nobody knows what to expect. And so far, I've been hearing a lot of people will be coming to attend this show because everyone's excited for Can't Stop This Feeling.
Preparations are underway for the 45th Independence celebrations. The theme, Celebrate Bahamas, We've Come This Far by Faith. There will be 3 ecumenical services, one in West Grand Bahama, East Grand Bahama, and in the city of Freeport. President of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, Pastor Robert Lockhart, is encouraging all Grand Bahamians to be a part of the services.
But in these services is an opportunity for us to give thanksgiving to God for what He has done for us, what He's doing, and what He will continue to do. We do believe that we are one of the greatest little nations in the world, and we believe that to be so because of our belief in God. And I know we may not always do right, but I believe as Bahamians at our core, we believe in right.
On July 9th, the grand anniversary celebration will take place on the Independence Park. There will be a cultural extravaganza, a tattoo parade by the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and fireworks. The Defense Force will also be a part of the celebration.
To ensure that we're able to do this, we have solicited assistance from Coral Harbor. I wouldn't say exactly to what extent. I want to tilt my hand too much. And we also look to include an aspect of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Rangers. We think it's important that they too would continue to grow, to build in their cultural experience and participation.
Been practicing for quite a while. The parade's going to be very colorful. We are pulling out all the stops. Our K9 unit is going to be on the parade. Our fire engine is going to be on the parade. Our motorcyclists with all the stunts are going to be on the parade. All of our different departments will be on that parade. You must come out and see it.
And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
Hi, this is Ask the Doctor. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt. Yvette asked, my son recently showed me a small lump in his groin. Should I be concerned, or is this something that will go away on its own? Yvette, thank you for your question. And you are correct to be concerned about any lumps, growths, or rashes your teen may develop. There are many possible causes for a lump in the groin, including something simple like an infected hair follicle or severe heat rash to a far more serious health issue like a possible cancer. Only a doctor can make a diagnosis after examining your son. If your son experiences red, inflamed, itchy or burning skin, tenderness or pain, or a large swollen bump or mass in the groin area, these can be indications of an infection. Also, if the lump gets larger, causes pain, or persists for longer than a week to 10 days, then it's time to see a doctor. If you have a question, please drop it in my question box at the hospital or email askthedrbahamas@gmail.com. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
D is watch repair, jewelry sales, watch repair, jewelry repair. We located downtown Freeport. We've been here for 12 years now. We open from 9 to 5:30, Monday to Friday. Saturday from 9 to 3. Phone number 352-3057 or 357-5461.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Mo Davis Beauty Zone. Be beautiful, be you. Located at #1 Britannia Mini Mall, Caravelle Beach.
Bacardi, Jack Daniels, and Paragon Nights present Wild Weekend Takeover, featuring comedian DC Young Fly from Nick Cannon's Wild and Out.
Bring that ass here, girl.
Friday, June 22nd at Social Affair Convention Center.
I bet you won't walk in the Chinese store with them eyebrows. Hold on, wait a minute. Who did that to you?
Also, Shula King, Capone, and hosted by Freeport's very own Romano Barbarossa from the hit play Crazy Love. Tickets available at Gizmos and Gadget. To reserve your platinum tables, call 807-5426. Show starts 8 p.m. this Friday.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Freeport Jewelers in Port Lucaya. Fashion starts here.
Bahamas women's national basketball team on court last night at the FIBA Americas Women's Caribbean Cup tournament in Suriname. Team Bahamas losing to the Dominican Republic 56-41 in the semifinals, with Grand Bahama Shalonda Neely scoring 12 points, 17 rebounds. Valeria Nesbitt with a game-high 18 points. On the flip side, Cuba defeated Barbados 106-41. Cuba and the Dominican Republic play for the championship. And a whole lot of junior baseball action on top for Grand Bahama this weekend. A press conference was held at the Emera Baseball Stadium to announce the event. Grand Bahama hosting the Andre Rogers Jr. National Championships this week at the Emera Baseball Stadium. The field has been prepared and some 380 players have arrived from various islands of the Bahamas. Shane Aubrey is this year's tournament director. He gives us an idea of the various teams that will be competing in this year's Nationals.
We have about 27 teams that will play and compete for championships in 6 divisions. Out of Nassau, we also have Community Baseball League coming in with a 14U team. Like I said earlier, they will be competing in 6 divisions to see who will take on the championship in those divisions.
Taran Rogers, second vice president of the Bahamas Baseball Association and national baseball chairman, says that they anticipate a very competitive tournament. Players, he adds, will be evaluated during this tournament for an 18 and under national team that will represent the country in Panama this coming November.
The significant adjustment we made this year is adding the U14 age group. And what that did was it did 2 things. It gave a lot of 13-year-olds who were never going to make that 15-13 team an opportunity to play baseball this year. It also gave us an opportunity to introduce a smaller size diamond.
The tournament started today and play continues through Sunday, June 24th. And that's your check on sports.
More Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
Tired of the endless bank fees and long lines? The Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union is the solution to making your money work for you by providing you with free financial counseling, higher interest on savings plans, and lower interest rates on loans. Savings products such as Christmas and Vacation Club, fixed deposits, and annuity savings allow our members to prepare for today and tomorrow without all of the hassle. Join satisfied Bahamians who left their banking frustrations behind. Open an account with GBCCU 352-4139.
All last year, I fell in love with Belinda. But this year, I want to just kick it up a notch.
Did you hear about our new bamboo line?
When he started talking about you can sell it on TV.
Hold on, Dr. Love. Not that type of bamboo you're talking about. You ain't hear about the nice bamboo sheet. And you can get it in all colors. And if you ain't want it in the sheets, Dr. Love, you can get it in the pillows.
Thank God for island bedding.
Come and visit me at number 5, Queens Highway, Island Bedding.
Influenza or the flu can be serious, causing hospitalization and sometimes death. One of the best ways to prevent acquiring the flu is to get your annual flu shot. Flu shots are available free of charge at all community clinics. The following high-risk persons are encouraged to get their annual flu shots: children 6 months and older, pregnant women, adults over the age of 50, persons with asthma, diabetes, hypertension, or a weakened immune system resulting from cancer and/or HIV, persons in nursing homes, and healthcare providers. Additional information regarding the flu shot can be provided by your nearest community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepard. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
in the National Report, a Bahamian basketball player could be the top pick in the NBA draft. We are live tonight. An apparent stabbing at the Bahamas Department of Corrections is now under an intense investigation. And the minister responsible for gaming giving more details about Ashore Wind's 11 location closures. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts right now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Could history repeat itself 40 years later? We'll soon find out. Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight. The NBA draft begins at this hour in New York City, and a Bahamian is one of the top basketball players eligible and could possibly be the top pick. If that happens, it would match a feat achieved in 1978 when another Bahamian, Michael Thompson, was drafted first. DeAndre Ayton is at the Brooklyn Center awaiting his name to be called, and now Charles Fisher is also there. Charles, what can you tell us at this hour?
Good evening and welcome to the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York. We're in just another 15 minutes or so. DeAndre Ayton should hear his name called as the #1 pick in this year's 2018 NBA draft. He'll be joining Michael Thompson as the only Bahamian to go #1, and he did that back in 1978. Now, he did tell us that he would have had something secret to wear, but coming out tonight, he had on a blue suit with a pink shirt. Hopefully, when he opens up that suit, he'll have something special for the Bahamian people back there in the 242. But we're expecting a large crowd here at the Brooklyn Center and at the Barclays Center. And once again, a lot of Bahamians are expected in. And as soon as that draft pick comes down, ZNet2 Sports will let you know exactly how that went down.
Thanks a lot, Charles. Senators continue debate on the 2018-2019 budget today in the upper chamber of Parliament. They heard from the Minister of Labor that there will be a change in the controversial multi-billion-dollar deal proposed for East Grand Bahama in February that the government admits was not handled efficiently. DeAndre Williamson reports.
Minister of Labor Senator the Honorable Deon Foulkes announcing plans for the introduction of a new Oban Heads of Agreement during his contribution to the debate on the 2018-2019 budget communication in the Senate.
In a few weeks, we will have an amended Heads of Agreement for Oban that we believe will be acceptable to the Bahamian people at large, but more importantly, acceptable to Grand Bahamians and persons living in Grand Bahama, particularly those living in East Grand Bahama.
In February, the government signed a $5.5 billion agreement with Oban Energies for an oil refinery and storage facility in East Grand Bahama. Later, the Prime Minister admitted in the House of Assembly that there were some mistakes with the Heads of Agreement and charged a Cabinet subcommittee of 7, inclusive of the Minister of Labor, to review the Heads of Agreement to ensure that several objectives are met.
Number one, to improve the environmental terms in the agreement to ensure better environmental protection to East Grand Bahama and to Grand Bahama generally. Number two, to improve the economic terms in the condition that will be more beneficial to the Bahamian people, but particularly to Grand Bahamians. And number three, to revise some of what we consider to be restrictive legal provisions in the Heads of Agreement.
Foulkes says the principals and executives of Oban are on board with the process. Also during his contribution, Foulkes provided an update on the removal of residents from the various shanty towns throughout New Providence.
The Bahamian Pastors League has advised us that some 50% of the residents have already moved. And they get this information as a result of those members who are members of the various churches. And there are some 20-plus churches which have been identified, which we've been working with. The deadline is the 31st of July for all residents in the shanty towns, and there are 10. There were 11. One has already been abolished. In the 10 shanty towns in New Providence, to be totally cleared.
For ZNS Network News, I'm DeAndre Williamson.
Residents of the Freetown constituency were the latest group of Bahamians to be educated on the 2018-2019 budget communication passed in the House of Assembly earlier this week, but it's now being debated in the upper chambers of Parliament. Residents also got an opportunity to receive more information about the proposed 12% hike in value-added taxes and how it will affect them come July 1st. Financial Secretary Marlon Johnson says these town hall meetings gives residents a deeper understanding of the budget and later outlines some of the main concerns of residents regarding value-added tax.
Well, certainly people want to know the rationale for the increase in taxes. They want to know why the VAT tax has to go up, why there's additional gaming taxes. Folks want to get understanding of the concessions. If they want to apply for, the duty-free concession on clothes or apparel, what's that about? What the BTVI free education is about, and there's a better understanding as to why we're here as a country and what the government plans are to address it. So that's really it's been some really good questions, some good feedback, and I think people leave with a better understanding of the sort of the context in which the budget happens.
Area Member of Parliament Dionisio D'Aguilar also echoing similar sentiments. He says nobody likes the VAT increase and is optimistic that this town hall meeting will give some comfort to his constituents as to why the government had to make such a drastic decision.
To cause them to think that when you don't have the money, there are only two places you can get it from. You can either tax or borrow. And what we're here today is to say that we have borrowed and borrowed and borrowed and borrowed and borrowed. And it's now time to pay our way and to try to impress upon the Bahamian people. Nothing frustrates me more than our government being irresponsible and having to increase my taxes as well as those of my constituents.
The minister responsible for gaming, Dionisio D'Aguilar, also commenting on the closure of 11 locations of the Ashore-Wind gaming operations as a result of the proposed tax hike. Some 50 employees are expected to join the unemployment line at the end of the month. D'Aguilar telling ZNS News on Wednesday night that during his 2018-2019 budget communication, he mentioned that several number houses due to technology and locations suffered and market shares would have to close its doors. Ashore-Wind, he says, was one of those gaming operations.
This was one of the companies that over the years had seen a decline in revenue. So I expect, in very much the same way, remember in 2014 when the Gaming Act was introduced, the number of locations went from 635 to 363. That was a much more traumatic event in 2014 when the Progressive Liberal Party was in office. We have tweaked the gaming tax, and we expect there to be some further consolidation. So it's the normal progression of this business as technology. There will be a day, I envision, where people won't even have to go to locations. They will sit home, wire money on their account, game, money come off their account. That is where this industry is slowly moving.
Now, when asked if closing all 11 locations is the right move for the gaming operator at this time, D'Aguilar responded this way.
I don't think that this decision is because of the tax. The tax hasn't even come yet, and they're already closing. So I think it's because they were losing market share, and they decided to do what they decided to do. And there will be further consolidation in the business because I've looked at the numbers, and I see some of the companies have over the years, the last 2 or 3 years, seen their numbers go down by not keeping, I presume, as competitive as their competitors.
And still to come, armed forces from the region now more ready to combat security threats. And despite the closure of a number of banks, RBC opens its new client center. That story and more when the Bahamas Tonight comes right back.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell, fueling journeys that matter. Summer promotion.
This is the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is Commonwealth Bank. And no matter how, no matter where, no matter what, Commonwealth Bank is here for you. Commonwealth Bank, everything we do it for you.
Every day at KFC, our cooks begin with the freshest pieces of chicken, hand breading and seasoning before cooking to golden perfection, making chicken that's hot, fresh, and ready for you to grab and head to your favorite spot for a meal with friends and family. The secret to preparing the world's juiciest, tastiest chicken, bundled with a variety of delicious sides, is real cooks who love what they do. Taste the KFC difference. Fresh prepared, in-store daily. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
There's nothing as powerful as knowing where you belong. No more waiting. It's time to come home. Come home to friendly smiles. Come home to convenience. Come home to more interest on savings and lower fees. Come home to our bank and your bank. Come home to Bank of the Bahamas, your bank of solutions.
The man in the boat sculling round Bahama land. The man in the boat and the crowd is sipping sand. Susie Bohemian beer, good right over here. If you proud to be Bohemian, raise your signs in the air. Hey. The man in the boat sculling round Bahama land. The man in the boat and the crowd is sipping sand. 100% Bohemian owned, keep them foreign guys.
Available at Jimmy's Liquor Store or your favorite restaurant or liquor stores throughout the Bahamas.
We start with a yes, but when life takes unexpected turns, you can still say yes to more. The Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card gives you points with every purchase that you can use to travel anywhere. Fly on any airline, anywhere, at any time, with no blackout dates. Plus, with just 20,000 Scotia points, you can say yes to destinations. With Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card, it's easier to say yes to everything. Apply today.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
National Security Minister the Honorable Marvin Dames addressing reports of a stabbing incident at the Bahamas Department of Corrections today. Minister Dames spoke to reporters on the sidelines of the Tradewinds 2018 closing exercise at the Royal Bahamas Defense Force base in Coral Harbor. Mr. Dames said he received information of the incident but could not say what type of instrument was used. The minister also addressed ongoing raids at that institution.
The matter is under control and under investigation. I'm aware of that much. One of the things that I impress upon the leadership at Bahamas Department of Corrections is that I expect to see regular raids. That is extremely important. Obviously, they have been improving on that. They continue to seize. This is an ongoing issue at correctional institutions around the world. Unfortunately, these inmates are being supported by men and women in uniform, albeit a minority, but that is a fact. And wherever we find them, we'll expose them, and they will face the full brunt of the law. We make no apologies for that.
Minister Dames says efforts will continue to remove persons in any law enforcement agency found in convention of the laws they are expected to uphold.
We have had any number of successes this year and last year where officers have been found with illegal contraband in their possessions, assisting the certain inmates, and some of them are currently before the courts. Some of them are no longer in the institution. I don't expect that will change. This is all a part of the business. You recruit people. Many of them, the vast majority, are committed to serving their country, and then there is a small minority who look at it as an opportunity, right, to fill their pockets. Well, we're interested in finding those persons, and we'll continue to improve our strategies and continue to focus on that small segment.
Phase 2 of Tradewinds 2018 exercise hosted by the Bahamas closed this morning at the Royal Bahamas Defense Force's Coral Harbor base. For the past 3 weeks, participants from 22 countries, including the Bahamas, the United States, and Canada, conducted exercises to strengthen regional cooperation in addressing transnational security threats. Jiminita Swain was there and tells us the event is being viewed a huge success.
Transnational crime is something armed forces of the region are even better prepared to tackle.
Real-life scenario assaults by land and sea readied participants from more than 22 countries to sharpen their reactionary skills. A closing ceremony was held Thursday morning at the Defense Forces Coral Harbor Base. Commander of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, Commodore Tellis Bethel, said ultimately, Trade Winds 2018 focused on a more secure region.
This exercise was about improving regional security through combined joint training. I am delighted to report, Minister Dames, that the exercise achieved its training objectives and that the CARICOM Task Force accomplished its mission by capturing terrorist operatives and disrupting their network on the southern shores of the island.
The Commodore had high praises for his regional and overseas counterparts who participated in the operation at the South Beach pools that he referenced utilizing air support and other armed forces. National Security Minister the Honorable Marvin Dames said security forces now stand ready to secure their borders against the threat of transnational crime.
We can all appreciate the necessity of being prepared and ready to collectively counter the devastating effects of transnational organized crime that has negatively impacted our borders. Over the past 3 weeks, Exercise Trade Winds 2018 has also strengthened the bonds of security cooperation that exists between regional and international partners at the operational and tactical levels.
Major General Robert Branyan of the U.S. Southern Command reflected on the scale of trade winds, which included more than 1,000 participants in the Caribbean's largest multinational exercise.
Phase 1 in St. Kitts and Nevis, which concluded earlier last week, provided a dedicated venue to synchronize disaster response in countering terrorist threat works, or what we call CTN operations. Phase 2 here in the Bahamas brought together our land, air, maritime, and cyber forces from Europe, the Caribbean, and Central and South America to participate in challenging real-life training scenarios that tested our collective crisis response capabilities.
Well, with Exercise Trade Winds 2018 being hailed as a success, the next Trade Winds exercise will be held in 2019 on the islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.
National Security Minister the Honorable Marvin Dames alluding to plans to ensure men and women of the nation's security forces are physically fit. Minister Dames said the military leads the way in physical fitness, but some of the other agencies are crying out when it comes to physical fitness. It's a matter he plans to address with the implementation of a physical fitness standard.
I've been having conversations with the Commissioner of Police as well, and the need for a physical fitness standard throughout the Royal Bahamas Police Force and other law enforcement agencies, certainly throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I think it goes well for any number of reasons. One, it keeps the officers stimulated and motivated and interested, and it builds morale. And it also saves money, because you don't have to keep buying uniform for the same officers. Sizes after size increase.
The issue was one he elaborated on for reporters following the closing ceremony of Operation Trade Winds 2018.
We want to see law enforcement officers that are in the best condition, in the best shape. That's in many countries there are standards. The Defense Force has a standard, and the Commissioner is looking at introducing a standard, certainly for the this first cohort that's due to come in shortly, 105 recruits, and it is expected from there on in that we will continue to build standards within these agencies, because it's good for the officers' health, it's good for morale, as well as it's a cost savings.
Royal Bank is expanding its customer service with the opening of its Client Advice Center, catering to the needs of its local clients and those in the Northern Caribbean region. The call center will assist customers with a wide range of banking services. DeAndre Williamson was at the opening ceremony and tells us more.
It's official. The new Royal Bank Caribbean Client Advice Center is now open at RBC's Carmichael Road branch. RBC customers can call to address banking concerns and complaints.
What's neat about this call center is it is actually the first to use our newest telephony technology, which allows for routing between centers. And so, as you heard the minister in his remarks say, that this center will also take calls from other countries in the Caribbean because of its ability to have calls rerouted from anywhere. And so, based on a team's performance, that's actually where we'll make future investments.
The RBC Client Advice Center is the third of its kind in the Caribbean region, and its opening has already created 18 new jobs for Bahamians.
Our advice will multiply. Mortgages, cards, and loans, we refer them all. Yeah. Act like you know JoJo.
The center also provides assistance with mobile banking and wire transfers. In addition to the Bahamas, the Client Advice Center serves the Turks and Caicos and the Cayman Islands, providing callers with faster service.
I'm particularly pleased with the quickness in answering the telephone. The wait time is shorter. Our clients had been complaining to us about difficulty in reaching the branches and us answering the telephones. This solves that problem. So we think this will all go well for us and truly improve. It has already begun to improve the client experience as it relates to service on the telephone.
With RBC's closure of branches in Long Island, Andros, and consolidation of some New Providence locations and its move to digital banking, Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest is encouraging RBC to find ways to assist Family Island residents with their banking needs.
Develop new opportunities for us to empower these communities. And we're thinking about things like whether it's electronic safes or cash safes or whatever they call them, smart safes, I think they call them, whether it's using these devices to do your banking, and doing it in such a way that even mom and pop, who knows nothing about the computer, can utilize the services on their phone or some other device.
For ZNS Network News, I'm DeAndre Williamson.
The Bahamas 45th Independence Anniversary Activities Committee met today to discuss the upcoming series of events leading up to the July 10th holiday. Committee Chairman Mark Hume says they are preparing to make every event count.
The Bahamian people can expect every event to be a significant improvement on last year. I think every person in the room who's organizing a particular event is working hard to ensure that their event is a highlight. And so for me to say one event is going to be the highlight over another, that's going to almost be impossible to say this year.
Humes added that they are also pushing for persons to individually show their national pride in other ways.
That we would like to have the Bahamian public really begin to show their Bahamian pride. We'd like to see them taking this opportunity to start hoisting their flags, placing flags on their cars, draping their homes in flags, cleaning up their respective areas to show their Bahamian pride. This is our time to celebrate, and I don't think it really should be up to the committee to be the ones to say, show your pride. We understand that this is a time of the year when we should be, one of the major times of the year when we should be showing our Bahamian pride. And I would just like to re-emphasize this idea that we'd like for them to show pride, their pride.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson. The Central Bank of the Bahamas will soon introduce digital currency for the Bahamas. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest made this announcement during the Bahamas Blockchain and Cryptocurrency Conference in Grand Bahama. Turnquest says the production of a digital payment service is the way forward for this era of governance. He added that a digital Bahamian currency is especially important for the Family Islands, as several commercial banks downsize and close in some Family Island communities. In other business news, the Minister of Finance is encouraging blockchain conference participants to invest in Grand Bahama. Turnquest says the investment opportunities straddle many sectors, including technology and tourism. He says the blockchain and cryptocurrency conference is timely because it is the government's vision to make Grand Bahama the tech hub for the Bahamas. And in international business news, U.S. stocks were once again on the defensive early Thursday, pressured amid lingering trade tensions and after a surprising U.S. Supreme Court ruling regarding internet sales tax collection. The S&P 500 index fell 0.47% to $2,754.37. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
The 14-member National Culinary Team gave tourism officials, stakeholders, and sponsors food for thought as they served a scrumptious 6-course meal at the Taste of the Caribbean Gala at Bahamas Convention Center recently. The event was a preview to the 25th Taste of the Caribbean to be held in Miami, Florida from June 22nd to 26th. The Bahamas Ministry of Tourism and Aviation is a major sponsor of the team, and Director General of Tourism Joy Jibralou says it's easy to see why.
There are just not enough adjectives to describe, not just the taste, it's the presentation, the creativity, the way that they have brought different foods together, they've paired them, and it is superb.
Long Island duck roulette, Andrews crab bisque, Long Island hog snapper, grilled tenderloin with foie gras, and island-style coconut cake were just some of the mouth-watering dishes served at the gala. Team manager Chef Mario Adderley says he feels the team will bring home the gold in the Team of the Year.
We have great hopes going into Taste this year. We have worked hard, we have practiced hard. I think we even put more effort than we did last year. That's what we did, and we practiced more, fine-tuned some of the plates, the skills, and I think we will see the results come next weekend.
The Bahamas will spar with 10 other culinary teams, including Barbados, Belize, Bonaire, Cayman Islands, Curacao, Jamaica, St. Lucia, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago, and Turks and Caicos. Last year, the Bahamas brought home 2 golds, including Junior Chef of the Year, along with several silver medals. For the Tourism Today Network, I'm India Smith.
Introducing the Subway Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $7.50 every day. Take your pick from our best subs, like the Italian BMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. Pile them high with all of your favorite veggies, made just the way you say, with a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips. The new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. Yeah, you so got it made. Subway, eat fresh.
Back has been at this location here for going on 5 years, but we've been in the Bahamas for a representation of something around 10 years. Our operating hours are 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. from Sunday to Thursdays, and on Fridays and Saturdays we go until 12 midnight. For the initial rollout of the awards program, we're going to be offering the silver members $5 off. For the gold members, we're going to offer 50% off on a Bloomin' Onion. And for the platinum, we're going to give them 7.5% off their entire bill. We wanted to partner with Alive, in a new and innovative way to be able to reach more customers within our customer base and to also give our customers an extra incentive to come into our bar.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
Take a dash of location, 2 scoops of service, 3 helpings of savings, mix well and serve. That's super value in quality supermarkets. Hunt's barbecue sauces, 18-ounce size, 2 for $3. Center cut pork chops, $2.69 per pound. Vitamalt tonic, case price, $23.76. 12-ounce size, 99 cents. Shoppers Value foam plates, 30 count, $1.39. Limes, 5 for $1. Carolina Pride ham, 10-ounce size, $2.99. Every week is special at Super Value and quality supermarkets.
Former Deputy Prime Minister and Progressive Liberal Party Cabinet Minister Cynthia Mother Pratt establishing a foundation to assist those in need. The foundation is called the Mother Pratt Foundation. Mother Pratt said the organization has local and international partners who are all focused on providing a diverse range of assistance for abused women, children, young people, and other members of the community.
There are many today who are in the gutter, and they're wondering if anybody knows what's happening to their world. Yes, we do know what's happening to your world. That's why this foundation is being built, and it will live on. You know why? Because it will make a difference. It will make a difference in the lives of hurting people, in the lives of Bahamians. And so, one and all who wants to come along with us, we welcome you.
Stay close. Sports and weather are up next. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. Contact us for more information on margin loans.
Move forward, Bahamas, and build high into the sky. Move upward and colorize those new walls. Move onward and build a garden to last a lifetime. Move together and settle into that new home. There's a lot of places you can do it for yourself, but there's one place to do it right. Builders Mall. We know exactly what model you live by, and even the pros know building is just a part of what we do. So move forward, Bahamas. And remember, you can find it all at Builders Mall.
Mario thought he could have his cake and eat it too. He almost found out the hard way that if you don't insure your home for the full replacement value, when it comes time to make a claim, you won't get the full payout. It's called the condition of average. If your $200,000 home is destroyed by a hurricane, but you only insured it for $100,000, half the value, you'll only get half of that $100,000 payout. Actually, less than that, because there's also a deductible which will be deducted from your payout. Check your home insurance policy for the condition of average clause and ask your insurance agent or broker how condition of average would affect you. This message was brought to you by the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas, protecting the interests of policyholders.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
The performance speaks for itself. Pennzoil Synthetics, made from natural gas. Make the switch.
Every island and every key. Keep in touch with everybody. It's PTC every day. Every day.
So we thought that the NBA Finals were done. We know that Golden State has been named champions.
And then we came here to D.W. Davis's gymnasium and found out that the action is even hotter here. BTC's connection is at the Filipino Bahamian Association's Family Fun Day.
Best? Why don't we just use BTC and Best? Put them together, okay? But yeah, it's a great event. Again, we're here wherever people want to connect, you're going to find BTC.
BTC, when it comes to the community, we're here. And this is now the Filipinos community, which is a part of BTC's diaspora market. BTC is the full sponsorship of their event. The Independence is coming up on the 23rd, where we are the major and only sponsor. So we're looking forward to the partnerships that we've done through the diaspora market for BTC.
We'd like to thank BTC for giving us the opportunity to be partnering with them in this our activity, especially this upcoming Philippine Independence Celebration. This is the 120th Philippine Independence Celebration.
The only thing I could say is, BTC, thank you! Yay!
The only thing left to say is, I'm Corbell Pyfrom, and we'll see you next BTC Connection.
Keep in touch with everybody. It's BTC every day. Every day, every day, every day. Every day is a new day.
And it's time now for a check on temperatures around our family of islands. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us live in studio with the latest. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, LaDawn. Right now, we're going to take a look at temperatures around the family of islands, and they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 88 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Greenville, Key and Abaco, also Marsh Harbor and Abaco reporting at 88. 84 degrees in the Berry Islands, Bimini at 83 degrees. Harbor Island, Eleuthera, 84, 84 at Rock Sound, Eleuthera, Otterstown, Cat Island. Stanley Key in the Exuma chain at 86, 86 also in Kemps Bay, South Andrews. Fresh Creek in Central Andrews at 85, and here in the capital, 86 degrees. San Salvador, Rum Key and Otterstown, Cat Island, 84 degrees, 84 also in Georgetown, Exuma, Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana, Acklands, and Ragged Island, all at 84. 86 in Matthewtown, Inagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 83 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Ball, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the northwestern islands, the winds will be southwest at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet, low tide taking place at 8:58 this evening. For the central and southeastern islands, a southeast flow at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights at 2 to 4 feet. And then tomorrow, in the northwest parts of our country, we can just take you back a bit. In the northwestern islands, tonight, that's southwest 10 to 15, and going into the central and southeast Bahamas, southeast at 10 to 15. Tomorrow, those winds will be southwest at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Low tide 9:17 in the morning, high tide at 3:40 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Friday, winds southerly at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet, taking you into the southeast Bahamas. That southeast flow at 10 to 15, the wave heights also at 2 to 4 feet. On Saturday, light and variable winds for the northwestern islands with flat seas 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. Low tide 10:09 in the morning, high tide at 4:34. In the afternoon. And for the central islands on Saturday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet for the southeast. Same component, but the winds are a little stronger at 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a moderate chop. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your travel forecast, and your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your travel forecast, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is coming up in about 15 minutes.
Welcome to Tish for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes.
Scleroderma is a chronic or ongoing disease that affects the skin and may also affect internal organs in some people. Scleroderma causes the body to produce too much collagen. Collagen is a protein that makes up connective tissues such as in the skin. Too much collagen can make the skin stretch, harden, and thicken, and can also cause damage to internal organs such as the heart, lungs, and kidneys. There are two types of scleroderma, localized and systemic. Localized scleroderma affects the skin only. Systemic scleroderma affects joints, blood vessels, and internal organs as well as the skin. Anyone can have scleroderma, but women are more likely to develop it. Symptoms may start with reddish patches of skin that thicken into hardened, oval-shaped areas. Patches usually appear on the chest, stomach, and back, but can also affect the face, arms, and legs. In children, scleroderma may begin as a single line or band of skin that thickens and changes in color. Doctors don't know what causes scleroderma. It is an autoimmune disease. Normally, antibodies produced by the immune system help to protect the body against viruses, bacteria, and other foreign substances. If you have an autoimmune disease, your immune system produces antibodies that attack your body's tissues and/or organs. To learn more about scleroderma, ask your doctor or consult a dermatologist. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
Looking to upgrade your refrigerator, stove, or purchase an affordable home generator? We've got the perfect solution for you. Bahamas Welding and Fire is the best choice for the lowest prices in town. We carry top-of-the-line outdoor barbecue grills, air conditioners, refrigerators, stoves, generators, industrial hardware, and garden supplies with a wide assortment of tools and accessories. Open Monday through Saturday. Telephone 394-0004. BWF, we're more than just our name.
To feel fresh and dry all day long, use Always Dailies. Now when you buy any 2 packs of Dailies liners, you can enter to win a Samsung S6, Jumbo gift cards, or cash prizes. Buy Always Dailies and enter to win.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
If you've lost your visa, call the law office of Donette Russell Love PL. My full-service immigration firm can help you if you've been denied a visa due to deportation or removal, prior conviction or arrest while in the U.S., working without work authorization, or visa overstay. I may be able to help you get your visa privileges restored. Call my office today at 954-449-1833 or visit us at drusselllove.com.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
A flat screen or a fishing excursion, a gas grill or a GoPro. Win these great gifts for your dad. Just buy Gillette razors and shave products and enter at Pritchard's for your chance to win.
Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartend, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS.
Quick, I'm on television. I don't have a TV in here. We have Wi-Fi though. We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone.
You just have to download the app. All right, hold on. Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up and start over again.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Miss I's a star now. I still gotta pay.
When a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, it's extremely important to be prepared and know just what to do. Stay informed about the storm's path by listening to the radio or television for hurricane progress reports. Check emergency food and household supplies. Be sure you have extra batteries for your flashlights and radios. Bring in outdoor things like lawn furniture and garden tools. Anchor objects that cannot be brought inside. Secure buildings by closing and boarding up windows. Remove outside antennas and satellite dishes. Turn refrigerators and freezers to the coldest settings. Open only when absolutely necessary and close quickly. Purchase ice and store it in an ice chest. Keep drinking water in clean jugs and bottles. Clean your bathtub with bleach and fill it with water for washing and flushing, not for drinking, making sure to keep the bathroom door closed so small children cannot access the filled tub. Do not go out to videotape or take photos of the storm. Stay inside and take those pictures from where it's safe and dry. There's no harm in being overly cautious where a hurricane is concerned. It is truly better to be safe than sorry. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
Now you can watch the ZNS network of channels absolutely free. That's right, ZNS is now broadcasting 3 separate channels free to air on Channel 13. One channel has the regular ZNS TV HD programming. One is the Parliamentary channel, and one is the 24/7 television community page. These channels may be accessed simply by attaching either a rabbit ears antenna or an indoor amplified antenna to the RF input connector on the back of your digital television or flat screen TV. Once the antenna is connected, select TV mode and choose Auto Scan, and your TV will automatically pick up Channel 13 at no charge. Once you're on Channel 13, just use the channel selector to go to each of the 3 ZNS free channels. Antennas are available on many sites online. Free TV, ZNS brings it back to you.
No matter what your goals are in life, you have to start somewhere. It all begins with Leno. Leno, bridging possibilities. Call us at 396-3225 or email info@lenobahamas.com.
Every day you wake up with the world in the palm of your hand. Making connections and creating memories and sharing them with the people you care about. Every day, the world is at your fingertips, and you can experience every blockbuster movie in stunning HD and top 100 Billboard music hit with the touch of a button. Every day, your family and friends are important to you, and staying in touch no matter where you are in the Bahamas or the world is your #1 priority. And that's why, every day for over 100 years, BTC has been there to ensure that every Bahamian has the best connection to the world. We cover every island, rock, and key, regardless of the cost. This is BTC Country.
There's a lot to like about Solomon's. The quality of our stores, the quality of our products, and of course, the savings. You'll find thousands of items every time you shop at everyday low prices on a wide variety of trusted brands. So you can save money almost everywhere that you look, giving you one more reason to like us. Shop Solomon's for everyday low prices.
We'll be with you through new beginnings and sunset endings, through toil and many tears, through the joys and many fears. For all of life's ever-changing moments, trust J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers for all of your insurance needs. J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
BTC is giving the gift of rollover data, plus free unlimited WhatsApp calls, texts, pictures, and videos. Choose from our 1-day plan for $349, 7-day plan for $999, or a 15-day plan for only $29.99. We've even thrown in unlimited BTC to BTC calls and texts. Dial *203# to activate your plan today. Share every moment with BTC. Terms and conditions apply.
Pantene has a collection for every hair type. And now when you buy any 2 Pantene products, you can enter at Pritchard's to win up to $1,000 cash. Try Pantene for your chance to win.
James Aubrey. Now that Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands, what are your summer vacation plans?
I'm going to Abaco.
And there is no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands from Nassau. Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the Family Islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com and fly or cruise free to the Family Islands today.
The Wake Up Bahamas show is back with more excitement from the Family Islands. We brought you Exuma with all of its beauty and amazing experiences. Now, Wake Up Bahamas is taking you to the Big Yard. Join us live from North Andros, June 27th through 29th, as we bring you the best the Big Yard has to offer. From crabs to bonefish, ecotourism to agriculture, bush medicine to blue holes, and a whole lot more. Don't miss the Wake Up Bahamas show, June 27th through 29th, live at 7 a.m. right here on the ZNS Network.
Food. It is as essential as air is to breathe and water is to drink. Food is life. But where does our food come from? The Bahamas has more than 2,000 farmers, but it's hardly enough to keep up with our growing population. Or is it? We traveled the nation to find out the answers to the questions everyone is asking. Can we feed ourselves?
1540 AM, 104.5 FM plays all the Bahamian hits. All the hits, one station. The Bahamas is moving to the music. Music that makes you feel good.
Your skin is intoxicating.
home of the #1 Bahamian music beat, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, the People Station.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light, 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
Like all Atlantic and Caribbean islands, the Bahamas is quite vulnerable to hurricanes. June 1st marked the start of the 2018 Atlantic hurricane season, and the memories and deep wounds from all the terrible storms we have experienced over the years still remain fresh in the minds of those severely affected.
Before I came to Acklands with Joaquin, listen, hurricanes were a distant phenomenon, but after Joaquin,
oh Lord, you're crying.
And it started up, and I mean, the wind sounded literally like a train on a track. Our roof was already destroyed from the first part.
Join ZNS TV 13 for Lessons of Yesterday, the hurricane season, on Monday, June 18th at 8 p.m.
What you see and hear on this television station is governed by IRCA's Code of Practice for Content Regulation. The Code of Practice covers matters relating to program content that are of concern to the community, such as local content, news, current affairs, programs for children, advertising, including political advertisements, and the responsibilities associated with broadcasting in the Bahamas. The Code also covers aspects such as access services for the hearing and visually impaired, and the procedure for lodging a complaint about anything broadcast by this station. The code is available on the IRCA website at www.ircabahamas.bs. To receive a copy of the code by mail or in person, you may telephone IRCA at 242-393-0234. Family Island dialing is toll-free at 1-242-300-8722. Or you may send a request by email to info@ircabahamas.bs.
How passionate are you in what you're doing here?
Very passionate. I've not been good at a lot of things, but cooking is one thing that I put my best foot forward every time I step in the kitchen. I do not accept mediocrity. If it's bad before it goes up to the guests, it's not coming up. I'd rather have a dish comes out to the guests late and right than on time and wrong.
When the days are cold and the cards all fold and the saints we see are all made of gold, when your dreams all fail and the ones we hail are the worst of all and the bloods run stale. When the days are cold and the cards all fold and the saints we see are all made of gold, when your dreams all fail and the ones we hail are the worst of all and the bloods run stale. I wanna hide the truth, I wanna shelter you, but with the beast inside, there's nowhere we can hide. No matter what we
When a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, it's extremely important to be prepared and know just what to do. Stay informed about the storm's path by listening to the radio or television for hurricane progress reports. Check emergency food and household supplies. Be sure you have extra batteries for your flashlights and radios. Bring in outdoor things like lawn furniture and garden tools. Anchor objects that cannot be brought inside. Secure buildings by closing and boarding up windows. Remove outside antennas and satellite dishes. Turn refrigerators and freezers to the coldest settings. Open only when absolutely necessary and close quickly. Purchase ice and store it in an ice chest. Keep drinking water in clean jugs and bottles. Clean your bathtub with bleach and fill it with water for washing and flushing, not for drinking. Making sure to keep the bathroom door closed so small children cannot access the filled tub. Do not go out to videotape or take photos of the storm. Stay inside and take those pictures from where it's safe and dry. There's no harm in being overly cautious where a hurricane is concerned. It is truly better to be safe than sorry. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
One of the things with Ill Ability's mission is to empower individuals to live life with limitless possibilities through positive interactions within communities worldwide.
There are many people around the world, able-bodied and differently abled, who have doubts, who lack confidence, who aren't sure what they want to do with their lives, or don't think that they can do what they would like to do, what they dream of doing. And we try to show them that if you have a dream and you stop making excuses for yourself as to why you cannot or should not pursue your dream or your passion, then there are no limits to what you can achieve.
Like when someone sees my dance, I want them to see that message that no matter what obstacles they're faced with, they can always find a way to do it their own way.
Today we're going to talk about when and when not to run. Go, 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 go! Now that was a great time to run. Definitely not a good time to run. Now is a great time to run. No, just sit and wait. Get out and run to higher grounds. If you're at the beach and feel the ground shake or see the water rushing out, get off the beach and head to higher grounds. If water goes out, it has to come back. Be ready.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. As expected, DeAndre Ayton, the first overall pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, going to the Phoenix Suns. Our Charles Fisher will have much more on this coming up for you tomorrow. A number of the country's top swimmers back home the past couple of days for the Bahamas Aquatics Federation's Nationals. Among them was Enan Fernando.
After Olympic times came out, I decided to change over like an event. So instead of doing 50, 100 fly, focusing on that, I think that it'd be better for me to focus more on my 200 fly moving forward. So I'm training towards that. And even during nationals, I'm not swimming my events, if anybody noticed that. But it's because I'm not mentally ready to swim my events. And I'm kind of still training through the meet. So I'm not swimming too well because it's still training me for me. But I'm training through the meet. I train 2 hours after practice, like in the hot sun, from 10 to 12, or from whenever the meet's over, there's 2 hour practice afterwards. So just kind of preparing for either CAC or whatever's going to come after that.
Terrence Burrows was also home for the Swim Nationals. He spoke about what he has up for the rest of the season.
Right now, I want to focus on the Short Course World Championships, which is later in the year. I'm not sure of the exact date yet, but I was actually injured a little bit for the past season, so this is kind of like my first biggest meet since the injury. So I'm pleased with my progress so far, and I know I have a lot more in the tank left.
And we want to congratulate sprinter Devine Parker, who graduated today from St. Anne's with special credits. Parker is now on her way to the University of Kentucky, where she will compete for the Wildcats on a full scholarship. And that for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
A lot of people are getting involved in these issues because they don't have a means to express themselves. We could deal with so many issues of violence that are going on in our community if we just give our young people in particular an opportunity to say what's on their mind. One thing I say is that one way or another, our youth are going to make themselves heard.
This week, Arts and Entertainment Showcase is back with another exciting series. Come and take a journey with us. Make new discoveries, meet new friends, get your groove on, and find your inspiration. Watch Arts and Entertainment Showcase Thursday at 8 p.m., Saturday at 7:30 p.m., and Tuesdays at 10 a.m. on the ZNS Network. Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, the Earth in its orbital around the sun has finally reached that summer solstice, and that is when the sun is directly over the Tropic of Cancer, marking the official start of summer. And taking a look at our satellite pictures, still have that mid to upper level trough firing up pockets of showers and thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas, and that will be the order of the day again tomorrow, particularly in the afternoon hours. And the forecast for the night, not too bad. We're going in for partly cloudy and warm conditions, low temperature getting down to 75 degrees. There's a very slight chance of a passing shower. But tomorrow, you can look for periods of cloudiness with heavy showers and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon hours, high temperature getting up to 86 degrees. And the extended weather forecast, keeping those heavy showers in the afternoon tomorrow. A couple more on Saturday, particularly in the morning, but things should dry out in the afternoon for you. 1 or 2 morning showers again on Sunday, but lots of sunshine developing in our area come Monday of next week. So it seems as though we're going to have a beautiful start of next week. But before that, we're going to give you another round of those heavy showers come tomorrow afternoon.
So that means once those showers pass, we'll have to crank up our ACs and fans a little bit more.
Absolutely, in order to contend with the clear skies and hot summer-type temperatures. And as we just said, we're now officially in the summer.
Thank you so much, Basil. And with that, we end the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. For all of us here at ZNS, I'm LaDawn Davis. See you right back here tomorrow night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station. This program is made possible by the sponsor